You are listening to highlights from The Baub Show. If you like what you hear or want to hear this interview in its entirety, please visit thebaubshow.com, spelled B-A-U-B, and click the Archives tab or search for The Baub Show under Podcasts on iTunes. Also, be sure and check us out live every Monday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, where you can participate in our online chat during the show or call in and say hello. For now, let's listen in on Elizabeth Mitchell's interview, originally recorded November 24th, 2009, coinciding with V's winter finale.
B-A-U-B Radio.
Hi, Bob.
Oh, hi.
I'm so sorry. It's so early in the morning. I'm so happy you can talk to me.
You know I will talk to you any time of the day. I'm so excited just to even hear your voice.
I'm so excited to hear your voice, too, but I've been keeping up with you. I've been listening about you on the Internet, and you're doing so well, and I'm so proud of you.
That's so funny because that's how I wanted to open up with you, and I didn't want to... I want to gush for just a second because you have a beautiful baby boy. I know you and Chris still look so happy and glowing together, and you're on two of the biggest shows on pop culture right now.
Well, it's a little crazy, isn't it? Who would have thought?
Well,
I never pick things thinking they'll be successful. I just pick them because I like them.
I actually want to get to that because I love that, but I have to say I'm so incredibly proud of you, and I know I send these little emails to you, and I love...
very happy.
That makes me happy to hear because I know you're the worst emailer and the worst phone caller, and that's
I'm the worst at everything except for when you got me in the room, and then I'm right there.
Then you're the best. Okay, so since my time with you is limited, and I've had people when I announced that you were going to be on my show, people got very excited. So I have questions. We're going to try and burn through them. Let's start with V, which was one of my all-time favorite shows when I was little.
Oh, me too.
It is. Are you back in production yet for the second part of the season?
No, January 20th we go back. I just actually finished shooting that and then shooting Lost, and then I just finished shooting a movie too called Answers to Nothing.
And when is that? What's that?
I have no idea. Dane Cook plays my husband in it, and it's a big ensemble. So I'm not sure when it's coming out. I guess I'll just start editing now.
I love it.
Okay.
How important is it to stay true to the original mythology of the original? Do you know?
Well, I think it's important for them to be as respectful as possible. And, of course, selfishly, I want them to stay true to a lot of it because it was fantastic. I mean, if you actually go back and read the original script, it's really mind-bending how well he wrapped everything up, how well he pushed it all out there. I mean, we loved it for a reason.
Oh, absolutely. And there's so many great ties that I don't know if people even realize, between the Holocaust and especially when you're watching the original and they're shuttling the people on those trucks and even the symbol. I mean, they don't seem to be using the symbol anymore, but the original V logo was actually very much like a swastika.
Oh, so much so, and it was so much about our freedoms, like our freedoms as Americans, and we do hold those so very dear. So I think that anytime you have a show that threatens those freedoms, then it's kind of interesting to see how we kind of get our blood gets up, so to speak.
Yeah, and it's a really interesting time that just in our world that this show's coming back and able to sort of re-explore all of that of how the world is,
I agree.
That there are threats around every corner. And I like how...
We're a little lost and we're a little scared and we're a little freaked out about who's next to us, and I think that anytime you get something where there's a concrete enemy or someone that you can actually lash out at, it's always nice for us. It's just a release, because we don't want to hurt anybody, obviously, We don't want anyone to hurt us, but I think that's why action movies are kind of fun.
So I also love how this go-around, they've already been amongst us for a very long time.
I know. Isn't that creepy?
That to me is probably one of my favorite spins that's come up so far.
Me, I like that too. I'm glad that you like that. I thought that was really fun.
My one pet peeve that I've had, I wasn't going to say it, but I'm going to say it right now, is that they keep referring to them as the V's.
Oh, and everybody hates that. Isn't that interesting? Everybody hates it so much that now I'm gonna have a hard time saying it.
Yeah, don't say it. Tell them you refuse to say it. Because not only that, first of all, they're always referred to as the visitors, but then it's like the visitors they use the V, and the V was actually spray painted by the little old Jewish man over the poster. Yeah, for victory.
Yes, I agree.
That's been my. I'm glad I got to say it to you because it's been my sticking point.
No, I like your sticking point. I totally agree. I think that you're absolutely right, and I'm going to say something because that's probably the 7th time I've heard it from people I really like.
Have you heard any rumors of any of the original cast members? Maybe like Jane Badler, who was one of my all-time favorite villains, or
wasn't she wonderful? She was sexy and good. And,
the best.
I have heard that they're going to try and bring back as many people as possible.
Really?
Well, yeah, because there's a rich world of cameos there. So I think that once they're set and where they are, I think that they absolutely will try and do that as often as possible, which I love.
That really just gave me chills. I'm not kidding you. That's so exciting that is for me.
At the end of the 13 episodes, I think we will know why they're here, know what they want from us, and hopefully we'll have figured out how to get them back a little bit. Right now, it's not looking so hopeful.
It really isn't. So I have to get to a couple of last questions, or they'll get mad at me. Are you allowed to say? I know you keep saying that you've been shooting. Are you allowed to say? Is it one episode, multiple episodes? Or?
I'm allowed to say that it's multiple episodes, but that's all I'm allowed to say.
Well, and truth be told, that doesn't say anything on Lost because of the whole flashback thing.
It's so true, isn't it? Like it could be multiple
be on every episode
of my body.
Yeah. Exactly. How hard is that though to be a part of a project that is that big and requires you to do that much press, and you're not allowed to basically say anything about it?
It's really hard, and it makes you a little cagey, and also it makes you sound a little coy, which is not my favorite thing. So
yeah, because
I kind of prefer to just put it out there. But it's been very interesting. You definitely learn how to interview without saying a word about anything.
Well, and for everybody listening, you are one of the most honest and authentic people, which is why I've always loved you. So that's I can imagine that being very hard for you. So you're playing two very strong, smart female characters, both attempting to save the world. If they were to battle each other, which one would win?
It would be a really good fight. It really would. I mean, the thing that Juliet always had is that she would just calmly watch and then strike, which I always found really quite vicious about her. But Erica is highly trained and certainly has seen the darker side of life. So I like to think she'd be able to handle Juliet. But Juliet's Juliet.
Juliet, who was a better kisser? Sawyer or Jack?
Oh, God, I really, I honestly can't say because Angelina Jolie was overpowering because her mouth is amazing. And she was so gorgeous. And then Dennis Quaid had those kind of wonderful soft but firm lips. Plus, I had always had a crush on him, so that was an overwhelming experience. And then Matthew Fox, everyone knows that I was always enormously drawn to him and thought that he was just the sexiest thing going. So, of course, that kiss was really fun and had massive butterflies. And then it got to Josh that I didn't think would be anything, but he's truly a fantastic kisser. Which every time I would finish, I'd be like, "You're really good at this." So I think that I can't give anyone. I have to say I really did like them all, but that sounds like a weenie answer. But truly, they each had something to. It certainly would be something you'd say. Well, that's worth doing twice.
You better really quickly say one nice thing about your husband's kiss.
Well, Chris is obviously the best. That's why I married him.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, so and
he's a combination of all of those things, and plus he's crazy in love with me and me in love with him, so it works out really nicely.
He is. I'm proud to say I was there from the get-go when you two first started your...
and you saw. I fought so hard for him.
You did, and it was so adorable. That's why it makes me so happy to still see you guys together. It's the holidays, and a lot of people don't realize, but you are responsible for a ritual I have, which is wearing my pajamas on New Year's Eve while eating chocolate-covered strawberries and drinking champagne, because that's what you and I used to always do.
Oh, we did, and that was my favorite thing. That first thing we had when you came over and you were wearing your pajamas and I was wearing my pajamas, and I was like, okay, here's my friend.
Best New Year's ever.
It really was. Oh, Bob, it's so true.
I know. So now that you have a 4-year-old, what traditions are you starting with him?
Oh, well, we do a lot of pajamas ourselves, and of course we try to do a lot of mischief and magic making, the two of us, because I don't allow him to watch that much television, so I have to come up with devious and crazy alternatives.
Final question I've been asking everyone. This is a special episode about gratitude since it's Thanksgiving week. What are you thankful for this year?
Oh gosh, I'm thankful for my health. I am thankful for my husband and my child, and the fact that I'm able to do this work that I love and that they stay with me all the time. I'm thankful because my husband makes that possible, because I'm allowed to have both family and a job, and I don't think that a lot of people get to have that. I think they get to choose one or the other. So, and of course my big family and my friends. Like, there's so much this year. There's so much that I just, it almost brings you to your knees. So I am definitely very grateful.
And I'm giving you lots and lots of love, and I thank you so much for doing this.
I'm giving you lots and lots of love too, and an enormous hug.
I love you. Go have fun, and I'll talk to you soon.
All right,
bye.
Bob. Have a great day.